So when we last left off here in the Rudy Rudinger RTG, we find him embarking on his modern college football experience by walking onto the University of Northern Illinois as a one-star player and as a walk-on as well. So with that being said, the defensive coordinator, he took a look at our guy, and while he loved the motor of this kid, he felt like that he could have been better off at a different position. At the end of the day, he didn't feel like Rudy would not just cut it as a defensive lineman at the college football level, even at the MAC. So what ended up happening to Rudy Rudinger shortly after he got on campus, he ended up transferring over to strong safety because he likes his motor but is not the quickest athlete on the field, and he actually redshirts him for his true freshman campaign. So while we were pretty disappointed about the idea of not only not starting as we thought we originally would be starting, the best thing that we could have done during this time is just focus on practicing, getting focused on learning our brand new position. And when you really break it down, at least in the eyes of Rudy, being a safety is not that much different than being a defensive lineman. At the end of the day, the final objective is still the same: make sure the other team doesn't get into the end zone. So for a lot of that true freshman year, while we were sitting on the bench being redshirted, knowing that we are actually not going to see the field like we originally thought, we could have definitely decided to quit the team or end up entering the transfer portal. But Rudy Rudinger, he's just built a different way. He just wants the opportunity to prove that he belongs. And while he is being redshirted, he still gets plenty of practice reps against this first team offense. And, you know, that being said, while he has his fair share of misses, he had his fair share of failures and adversity along the way, he actually held up pretty well overall. Yes, there was some misses along the way, but he was a very willing defender. He was still able to come up and willing to make the tackle, and that's why, you know, this defensive coordinator wanted him to play at that strong safety position, because he had that motor, because he was willing to help out in that run support. Because being a strong safety, that's your biggest role. You're the guy that comes up, you're that extra man in that box if a defensive back is going to be called down towards the line of scrimmage. But while I was sitting on the bench though, what we really learned during this time was what it took to be successful, not only on and off the field as well. I got to see firsthand what it takes to build a winning culture, and not only did that Northern Illinois team, while I was sitting on the bench, end up winning a MAC championship, they actually ended up winning a second MAC conference championship the following season. And this particular team, this team was so darn impressive. You saw that they finished with an undefeated record. We blew out Miami in the conference championship, Miami of Ohio, of course. That we are actually the first MAC team ever to go to the college football playoff. Granted, this was in the era after the 4-team playoff. The playoff field was expanded, but we actually held our own during this time. We beat Wake Forest and only lost a close game to the eventual national champions, the Utah Utes. But it was then during that time as well, you know, we put in that hard work, we put in that determination. It took us a whole lot longer to get on the field consistently than what I wanted to do, but eventually in my junior redshirt season, what ended up happening to us is, since we play a 4-2-5, I actually did win the job to win that nickel corner. And then for both the free safety and the strong safety positions, I am actually the backup there as well. So finally, I get a chance to go ahead and see what I can do. In the first game of our junior redshirt season, we actually go all the way across the country to take on the Cowboys of Wyoming. And in this game, all that hard work pays off. As one of the first plays of the game, I almost get to Caden Becker. We were so close to lighting him up, but we were just a touch slow. But it doesn't take me very long to get my very first career tackle, though, as we get Caden Becker for a small gain. And all that work in practice really started to come together. I do give up a completion. I wasn't perfect, but thankfully my teammates were there to back me up, not only on that defensive side, but offensively we're also off to a hot start as well. We went up 14-0 in this game, and that motor really starts to show as we get Harbert Gardner. Well, we got him to go out of bounds as well. That's only a 13-yard gain, could have been a lot worse. Now, we try ourselves in the zone coverage. We go over the middle. I should have had that tackle a little bit earlier. Like I said, we certainly were far from perfect in this game, but, we put ourselves in the picture. It doesn't matter that we're only 5'6". It doesn't matter that we came in as a one-star recruit. We came to play, and we made some pretty good plays as well. Jeremy Watson, we prevented him from getting the first down. They had to put that football away again. And so we build up on this lead. It becomes a 21-0 lead already. And I already know what time it is. I really want to make that shutout happen. As a 2nd and short, they try to run the ball up the middle, but we close that gap pretty quickly. DQ James, he's a senior redshirt at this point. He only manages to get a couple of yards off that run, and they also couldn't get anything going on that particular play as well. As we blow up this halfback screen, baby, we was there. You can't fool us. We may have not played very much, but we spent some time in college football land. We know what we're doing, and we blow up that play for a TFL. And now we get them to a 2nd and long here. 2nd and 12. Matter of fact, they trying to go over to the right-hand side. I'm there to make another play. That is a tight end that we brought down, who's almost a full foot bigger than us. That is a massive dude compared to us. But it doesn't matter, though. We came to play today, and we just make plays all over the field, stopping that first down from happening. Go punt that football away to us, baby. You absolutely love to see it. And we just take over, man. 35-0 is your score. Makes you wonder how long we're going to actually be in this game. It's going to be interesting to see if the backups do come in. If we end up moving over to that safety position, which is actually our true spot, or, will we just be done for the day? As we can see a nice play from one of our fellow safeties, David Jama, man. He makes a beautiful play downfield. Took that play away. I was in the picture a little bit, but that wasn't my zone, right? That's why I wasn't covering it that hard. But this 3rd down, we ran it, and we almost get our first career interception. We were just a tad slow of that anticipation. But we do force the incompletion anyways. And later on, the backups actually do come into the game late in the 3rd quarter. And we do actually remain in the game. We move over to that safety position. So we saw we could do it nickel corner. We did a pretty good job overall. But we almost get burnt on this next play here. Caden Becker had us out to dead to rights, and the receiver just drops that pass. If he actually caught that thing, we might have given up our first touchdown in our college career. Not something that I would have been particularly proud of, but here we are, 2 minutes left to play in this game. We still have a chance to make this shutout happen, but of course, Ben Lee is going to score with the last few minutes of this game. Like, imagine that. We were blowing these boys out the entire time. And while we did fold them like a lawn chair in this one, Wyoming does score in the past couple minutes of this game, but we put together a really good performance. For a one-star recruit, we really showed some natural abilities out there. As you check out our stats real quick, we end up with 10 total tackles. We led the team in tackles in this game. Didn't get that interception. We were really close to getting one, but hey, for a first career game, you love to see it.
But man, I don't know about you guys, but it feels really good to finally be a starter at the Division I level, and Rudy Rudiger, he certainly earned that opportunity. Next episode, we will continue his first season as the starter on this Northern Illinois football team, and also see what he can do in this junior redshirt season last year that he has before he could possibly transfer to Notre Dame, if that is in the cards for him. In that next episode, we will cover the rest of non-conference play. We got a couple more non-conference games that we got to go through, but should be a fun episode, man. I can't wait to see what Rudy can do, especially since one of those non-conference games is against an FCS opponent. So we'll see if we can get that first interception for him. I'll see you guys for the next episode. If you did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button if you have to be brand new, and give me some feedback too, since it's been a while since I've done a Road to Glory, and also doing it in a little bit different way than how I typically have gone about doing Road to Glories in the past. So, any feedback definitely helps as well in the comment section. Plus, it helps with the YouTube algorithm too. So, you're helping me, helping you, right? So, that being said, this is John J. Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.